And the FDA is monitoring a norovirus strain in oysters from British Columbia, Canada.
The virus has not been identified here in the coastal bend, but local businesses, well, they're keeping an eye out for it. Our Brandon Chef has that story for us tonight.
There's a new risk to consuming raw oysters as the Food and Drug Administration identifies a norovirus strain from Canada. It's spreading in certain types of oysters in the U.S., but experts say the coastal bend does not need to worry.
It's really shouldn't be anything that a person individually should be worried about unless they've purchased these oysters that come from Canada. They're not going to spread from Canadian oysters to our local oysters or anything like that.
For local business owners like Richard Lomax, oysters on the menu means constant temperature monitoring and keeping track of official alerts.
Inside our restaurant, of course, we're managing critical control points of temperature throughout the process, and we get daily deliveries.
Lomax is the owner of Water Street Oyster Bar. Since the infected oysters come from Canada, he says he will not be affected.
We don't have any strains that I'm aware of that have any virus potential right now. The West Coast varieties from British Columbia have a norovirus strain breaking out in them. So no worries here. We've got nothing but Gulf oysters and East Coast oysters.
The norovirus is difficult to identify since infected oysters appear the same. Island University researcher Terry Palmer says the oysters contract the virus in multiple ways.
The norovirus will enter oysters if there's sewage in the water, or if the oysters are harvested and they have improper handling. Especially if these oysters are consumed raw, then the norovirus will not get killed and will make people sick.
Experts say the best way to prevent illness from the oysters is to fully cook them. Raw oysters are normally safe to eat when handled properly, but they say it's important to be aware of the risk.
Texas Parks and Wildlife does their own inspections of our local bays, so we would get an alert from Texas Parks and Wildlife immediately if anything like this broke out with our oysters.
Despite cases in Texas, no oysters in the coastal bend have been identified with the norovirus. Experts say constant monitoring by the FDA and local officials will help keep local businesses ahead of any outbreak. Brandon Chef, 3 News.
Thank you.